Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Johnson's got it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run. Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins complete. It's Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Cousins now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 27, Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he's able to find Diggs. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 19.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They run it again with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Mike 35. And let's pin the mirrors back.
Cousins from the gun on third. And that will be incomplete.
Let's stop.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And oh, it's complete. What a catch at the 7. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. 1 back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit to defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And no No one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Open man is Allison, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Mercedes Lewis, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This is taken at his 4. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's really, let's rely on ourselves, because they could get help and still get to the playoffs. But who wants that? Go out, win the game, take care of things yourself, and then you don't have anything else to worry about.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. Ryan Grant, his first touchdown on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So Cousins and the Vikings down by 1. Just over 2 minutes to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins. Keeps himself upright. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He's going to let it fly, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Cousins to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Green Bay, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.